some Doctor News. You thought I locked up, didn't you? How do you like my catchy clickbait titles and clickbait thumbnails? It's kind of sad, that those have actually worked a bit. It's like, seriously, we are literally at that point in history where, we're proving the scientific principle that misery loves company. And that's why I left the title vague. He killed the show. Because they're all going to be tuning in. People are going to be like, oh, yes, he's going to admit it. It was Shooty. Yeah, it was Shooty. Yeah, he did it. They're all going to be tuning in going, yeah, it was RTD. RTD killed the show. Ah. And okay, as you all saw, well, yesterday, just a reminder, was Millie Gibson's birthday. She turned 21. I forgot to mention on the 17th that, it also was Arthur Darville's birthday. Yeah, he and Jodie Whittaker share a birthday. I died laughing because somebody left in the comment box, Matt Smith proved them wrong. Jodie didn't. I go, okay, what about Peter Capaldi then? So you're saying Peter Capaldi didn't prove them wrong either, huh? Well, I can tell you for a fact, we all know for a fact Jodie did prove them wrong. Because remember, Doctor Who, rest in peace, 1963 to 2017, and earlier this year, we still had a show in 2025, so that kind of tells me somebody got proved wrong. Well, like I said, Saeed, these are just my clicky, my catchy clickbait titles that I've been using. That's why I left it vague. That, as in he killed the show, because they're going to be tuning in, filling in their own blanks in their head. They're going to be like, it's RTD. He's talking about RTD. No, he's talking about Shooty. Shooty killed the show. Shooty killed the show. Yeah, yeah. And no, it's like, if anything killed the show, it was probably, look, as much as I hate to use the term, there are people out there who are hating stuff to the point they are toxic people. But the sad part is there's people who have also been toxic on the positive side. I've seen both sides of the argument. And it's just crazy. Well, all right, I will not be here tomorrow, even though we're scheduled, because I did something I haven't never done in the 21 years I've been with this company, and I went and filed FMLA papers. So now I get 3 days off a month for, the list of health problems I have. Like I said, they said, put them all down. I'm like, this could take a while. Nope. Never touched drugs of any kind. I never even smoked weed. Thank you. I have gotten to quote, Andrew Dice Clay, I banged my head against the wall 5-6 times. I catch a frickin' buzz. So good morning, folks. No, nobody killed the show. Like I said, it's a clickbait title. Oh, God, here we go. If you ever... My goodness, ain't that question as old as time? Yes, I have said the N-word. I once, in a fit of rage, looked at this man and called him a nincompoop. All right, I know, here come the trolls. I love them. They're increasing my circulation, so... They always pop in this time because they're expecting another nardy fest. They're expecting another drunkard fest. And you have to love how all these armchair YouTubers have become so popular. They're being put on all the major podcasts. And it's like, meanwhile, if you ask them what the capital of Florida is, they probably couldn't tell you what it was. Well, yeah, they keep telling us they're going to increase production, but I'm like, You're barely keeping up right now with the one shift you got running. But like I said, I'm not going to discuss that stuff because guess what? Freedom of speech is dead. It's been dead for a long time. And the best part is they didn't even have to pass a law to get rid of it. All they have to do is have companies out there put nifty clauses in your job descriptions that if you ever say anything that they don't like on the online media, they can fire you for it. Well, thank you for subscribing, Tricky. I love that. Thank you. That's the thing. That's the beauty. I may disagree with what they say, but they do have the right to say it. All the same usual stuff, Sean. Just some are AI bots, some are just, watch out, Black Phoenix. They can find out. That's what's really scary. They'll probably never know, don't get me wrong. I do get a little paranoid about these things, but like I said, I can't blame myself because, come on, Gina Carano is a crown example. She just said something that somebody in their executive boards at Disney disagreed with. And sure, it wasn't the most smartest comment in the world. It wasn't the most brightest, tweet or whatever it was in the world. But still, that was her opinion at the time. And she got fired for it. They not only fired her, they made an example out of her. They cut the Cara Dune action figure mid-production and pulled it out of circulation. And it's like, also, they had an entire series that she was going to be the lead on. Or one of the leads on, Rangers in the New Republic. They pulled an entire series. Just to make an example out of this one person who said something they disagreed with. And like I said, a lot of people say stuff I disagree with, but there's a lot of people out there who are just hate-mongering to make money. It's not like they, I don't know if that's genuinely their opinion or not, but I've been seeing an outbreak of this lately where nobody says anything positive anymore. It's just because it makes more money. Misery loves company. Very true, but at the same time, in a way, by firing you, like say you're in a job like mine where you're pretty much the sole income in your house. They might as well have just killed you because there went your sole source of income. But it is nice to live in a country where, yeah, you generally won't be killed for something you said. Yeah. Like I died laughing. There's this one paranormal podcast and all I've been listening to lately, and they're going on about everything. Yeah, it's like every single one of their videos. I'm not kidding. It's the scariest place in the universe. It's the most haunted building on this side of the Milky Way galaxy. And then they go in there, and when nothing happens, or they use those spirit talk boxes and stuff like that. I'm like, look, here's my problem with the spirit talk. What do you call it? Like for one, the spirit boxes is nothing more than an AM radio that cycles automatically through all the frequencies. It's loud, it's annoying, and it's like the monkeys typing out Shakespeare. If you let infinite number of monkeys. That's basically what it is. Every now and then, of course, you're going to pick up random voices because there's still people talking on AM. Believe it or not, in the 21st century. And then, of course, they have the little Oculus, or it's software on a Fitbit or a phone. It's like it's just shooting out random phrases. And notice how one of my favorite ones they were sitting there and the thing's shooting out all these random phrases, and when it doesn't associate with anything they could nail down, they completely either ignore it, and you'll hear it sitting there talking away in the background. or they'll say it's a demon or whatever. It's like, sheesh. I don't vape ghost jizz. I vape Rory's untempered jism. Yeah, Time Lords are sterile now. Well, I got to go back and rewatch that bit because I'm like, yeah, because I know they're trying to push the loom thing now, and it's like, yeah, looms, I believe, was introduced in Longbarrow. Okay, have you ever seen the second Doctor's first? Yeah, I've seen the Power of the Daleks. Who? I don't know about anybody in my family named David. Okay. Yeah, I loved Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. Like I said, a lot of people were out there harping. Like remember, Matt Smith was too young, Capaldi was too old, Jodie was too female, and Shooty, of course, was, shall we say, too dark. Why don't they just come out and say it? Oh, that's right, he was a little bit one of them queers. It's like I can see these guys, some of these guys, gathered around in the middle of the night. Only now they don't do the good old-fashioned cross burning. They just sit there and have a Zoom meeting about it or whatever. But okay. Okay, they did. I missed that one. I have to go back and rewatch that. Thank you. I am glad though we've gotten some animations. I hope they animate them all, to be honest with you, just to get them back, in the collection, so to speak. Yeah, because I don't remember. I'm going to go back and rewatch that. Oops, I belched. So yeah, I'm going to go in here, work today, then I'll be off all weekend. So I will not see you tomorrow. All right, well, I won't be here tomorrow. That's one thing I love. We were watching Spawn on one of the channels. Sure enough, they were showing the cleaned up movie, the cleaned up theater version. I'm like, because I used to have the unrated edition of Spawn. It could have been a lot better. They went too nuts with the CGI on that movie, but the fogs are in. Yeah, I have the unrated edition at home. I picked that up a long time. Like I said, it wasn't a horrific movie, but like I said, a lot of the guys who were fans of the comics went ape shit over that movie. Yeah, 13 left, one in shit. You're right. No, one, I thought the one got destroyed. I know she left one as a tree hidden somewhere. I used to have a lot of the Spawn figures, the McFarlane figures, but the problem is I had so many, they were taking up space. After a few years, I'd had more than a decade, they did start to fall apart on me. And yeah, Missy had a TARDIS hidden somewhere that we, of course, we eventually saw the Master's TARDIS, and they cheaped out and kept it as his house. At least back in the old days, we actually saw the interior of the Master's TARDIS. We actually saw, we did see the Master's TARDIS, but they kept it in the shape of his house. Yeah, explain that in the middle of 1940s, World War II and all that. But, oh, well. No, there wasn't a Doctor Who porn. There was a series called The Stranger. And no, you do not see any of Sophie in it, but sadly you do see Colin Baker's nipples. Yeah, look up The Stranger. Um, Doctor Who, I think, are related or something like that. It used to be on YouTube. No, it wasn't R-rated or porn or anything like that. It was, like I said, it was. Oh well, you'd have to watch it for yourself. No, there was no, dirty, heavy petting scenes or anything like that. Oh well, folks, I just looked at the time. I got to get running in, so please be kind, be calm, be safe, enjoy your weekends. I will see you all probably Monday. So take care, everyone. Unless you're thinking about Doctor Who, which was an X-rated movie, and no one related to Doctor Who was in it. Okay, take care, everyone. I got to get inside and go to work. So be all right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.